The reason why I made the time to come down and share my love for this woman is that we meet so many people in our life as we go through life, and they come in and out of our lives. Some people kind of stick around at times, others, they're in for a moment, it's like a vapor, they're here and gone. Other mentors and speakers and people in our life have a tremendous impact on who we are and the path that we take after we encounter those people. I'm sure each one of you can remember somebody in your life that you've encountered that has radically transformed the way you think and live. Today is a special day for you. Today you have a woman that is not just a speaker or a coach or an author, but you have a woman that is one of those people that is, as she comes into your heart today, as she comes into your life more intimately than seeing her walk around at the conference, you're going to have a connection with someone that at the heart level is so sincere about what she does. And the sincerity of her desire to inspire women all over the world to have this authentic self-love, to be inspired unto their brilliance so they can radiate out in the world, so that you can leave here with this true power and potential to be free, to express who you really are, wherever you are, and to live in a mindset or a place of abundance. So I am truly blessed that you are in my life, that we are friends, that we do work together, that we transform lives together, that we are on a journey where this is one of the most brilliant, elegant, radiant women. And she comes from royalty, and you'll find that out, that you'll ever meet. So let's give it up for Angelika Christie. Yes.
You look like a movie star.
Right.
You look like a movie star.
Oh, thank you. Actually, my older sister was quite famous. She's one of the top models with Eileen Ford, so you've probably seen her on some prominent Vogue magazines and stuff like that. She's my older sister, so this is some time ago, right? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having followed your soul, your intuition, your inner guidance, because there are no coincidences in life, ever. We are always guided for a reason, to be at a particular time, at a particular place. Sometimes to learn lessons, but this is not the time. This is just to receive. Receive something that will be with you for the rest of your life. Okay? I also want to let you know that I do have a gift. I brought with me from the Bahamas it's not from the Bahamas, a nude skin, the whole deluxe galvanic skin lift system is worth more than $500. So if you pay attention, I'm going to ask you a question at the end of my presentation, and the first woman who gets it right, gets it.
So that's the secret.
No. No, it just, don't you love gifts?
No, but you look so radiant, so it must be the new skin.
Oh, I see.
I better use mine.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been told to love yourself more than anybody else? Who has been told to love yourself more than anybody else in your childhood? I'm surprised, you know, I have been told to love others first. Isn't that what we women are told to do? Make everybody happy, love others first, put ourselves back. Yes.
Is that we're told that?
No, we feel it because our whole experience was like that. And so this is what the truth is that if you would love yourself first and embrace yourself without any judgment, your life would blossom and see. And the power for your life to flourish lies within you. Nobody else can do this outside of you. The power of your life lies within you. And it is in your soul self, but that is so vague. And when you are told to love yourself more, it's a beautiful concept. And we all know that we should love ourselves more, right? Who thinks they should love themselves more? Even with the most successful women, the most successful people, they have the money, they have everything. If they don't love themselves, there are so many success avenues out there, it doesn't really matter. Because if you cannot love yourself 100% and totally, it doesn't really matter. You need to come from the inside out. So heroic self-love, I have created it to make the concept of loving yourself more tangible. We need to bring self-love into every aspect of our lives. It's almost like this here. Our lives are on a horizontal line. Birth, graveyard. This is the three-dimensional, heavy life we have. This is our body, this is our drama, this is our story. From birth, we really came from the soul, right? We came down into birth. This is our soul. The soul is always there, right here. We know about this, soul, our soul. We pray to God or whoever we pray to. But this is pretty far away from down here, don't you think so? I created the inner hero because it is a representative of the soul in order to allow you to step into your heroic self-love so that you can inspire every aspect of your physical life, your relationships, your business life. It works on all levels. So when you create a tangible connection with your inner hero, and you're going to do this, then you can call upon, you don't have to struggle on your own so much anymore. Everybody's hero looks a little different because it is part of your inner experience of what is it, who do you want to call upon if you need courage, if you need to step into more of your courage that you believe you may need in order to ask for something, in order to feel deserving, in order to get what you need and want. Who wants to have somebody that you can call upon and battles for you right away? Yes? Who? Wonderful. This is what we want to achieve. Actually, can I share with you who I have? I have actually two heroes. I mean, they are one because they're my soul, they are me. And your inner hero is you, it's your soul, it's who you connect with, it's your representative of your soul. I have two aspects of it, let's put it this way. I have the battle horse, I love horses, and I have the Pegasus. So what do you think the battle horse is for? When I need to step into more courage, when I need to say no to that big cake, when I know that I have made a commitment to myself and I really don't feel like it. For all of these reasons, I just bring this inner hero, my battle horse, my black stallion, I bring it in, whoosh, it comes out in me, comes internally, our energies connect. And I have it, I feel it, I don't have to do it alone. It's amazing. And when I feel that I need more love, that I need to heal myself, that I want to be taken to a higher place so that I have a different perspective, that I can have a bigger vision, then I call upon Pegasus. And Pegasus, the wings, takes me up. And I feel I come closer to my soul. Although this is an aspect of my soul as well, the battle horse. But they are two different purposes. So I just want to give you an example. I don't know if that confused you or helped you. Did it confuse you or help? Helped? Good. So you have your very specific inner hero that I want you to create. You can't do this in one moment or in a very short period of time, but the first step is I would like to take you into a meditation, not today because we don't have the time for that. I want to give you more so that we cannot spend too much time there. But everybody who would like for me to send you this invitation, the link to that audio, to that meditation, to connect with your inner hero, I want you to get your cell phones out just for a moment. So that happens. I had it. Somebody. Oh, yeah. I would like for you to text your name, phone number, and email to this number, 305-343-8324, and I will send the audio to you. And you can do it at home. If you want, you can call me and we do it together on Skype, or, so there is a possibility to do this with me. Okay? Almost done. I love somebody's writing in my hand. I love that. Oh, I still feel very comfortable with that. I don't always trust it like that. I do both sometimes. Or I write it and then I take a photo.
Oh yeah, that could have worked too. Wow.
You can just take a photo. Okay. Ready? Yeah. What is it that holds you back? What do you think it is? Could it be that the things you heard about yourself that are in your subconscious mind, you don't even remember them consciously anymore? All of the limiting beliefs, oh, you can't do this, or you better do this, or don't do that, that will never work, you're not good enough. Home, school, any authority out there that wants to put you in a box so that you're manageable and you can be controlled, and you're not trouble. So we are usually treated like this, and this is what the world for women, especially for women, looks like today, and it still looks like. And we need to change that. Too much unhappiness, relationships that don't work, businesses that fail, because you are brilliant. But if you don't know how to step into your brilliance, your business can't be brilliant either. So it's all coming from you, nobody else. But we are bombarded with all of these things that go through our minds. Oh my God, now maybe it's not a good idea, or if only. All of these limiting beliefs are pestering us so much. Where do they come from? Where do you think this energy comes from that keeps those thoughts in our brain and in our mind? Because when we believe this, then whatever comes through our mind has to match that. So it's continuum. It's a loop, a never-ending loop of continuous confirmation of the limiting beliefs. That's why we need a breakthrough. Right? And the breakthrough cannot come from the outside. It doesn't work to read more, not even spiritual material. It is beautiful and it helps, taking more courses or whatever you do from the outside. You have done all of that already, haven't you? And you are still stuck. Even I am still stuck. It's a continuous movement, forward and forward. And that forward movement cannot happen with your ego, because the ego only knows scarcity. Your heroic self-love knows only abundance. So who do you listen to? The ego constantly pesters our mind, and that's why we have to bring all of those limiting beliefs in front of your heroic self-love, of your inner hero, to peel away the illusions, to peel away the lies, to peel away the injustices. This is how you can do it. Because if you try with willpower, it's such a struggle. And it only lasts for that particular situation maybe, where then you feel better. But how long does it last? How long does it last? It's not permanent, never permanent. Until you have something that, yes, come on, let's do it. That's not true. And I can now step into what the truth is. Let me share a story with you, may I? From my life. Because people always thought, oh, I'm so confident. I was riddled with fears most of my life. First of all, I was born in post-war Germany. I believe when I was in my mother's womb, the bombs were still falling. Because in our city, which was utterly destroyed, that was the last city that fell, and then the war ended. So I believe that fear was actually already part of my cellular memory. And then, but I was born in a beautiful family. My father was very, very strict, very class-oriented, because, you know, very old aristocratic family. And I have two brothers and one older sister, as you already know. So when I was 11 years old, my father decided, because my sister was really pretty, that we should be taken out of the views and energy of younger men. Right? So nothing could happen. Maybe that was smart, I don't know. But the boarding school that he decided we should go in was tough. It was the mother house of the Ursuline nuns, strictest boarding school in Germany. Calvary Hill. Calvary Hill. What does that remind you of?
Sound of Music. Sorry.
Crucifixion.
Sorry.
Sound of Music. Oh yes, really good. No, it was the harshest place on earth. So I never forget that day. It was a very rare occasion. Of course, we had uniforms, and we were not allowed. We had to go to chapel twice a day, and males were totally could not look at them. So the altar boys became very interesting. So we would be allowed to go out into the little village. Very rare occasion. So here we were going, rows, two of girls, looking down. We were not allowed to scan anything. I think we were just showed off through the village. And I never forget when I heard the sounds of an amusement park, and then I could smell roasted almonds and cotton candy. And my God, I mean, this was such a rarity. So I got so excited, saying, oh my God. We were not supposed to stop. We were not allowed to stop at all. So we just passed by, and then I saw this bumper car ride. I love bumper car. Who loves bumper cars? Oh my God, and I said, can't look, but of course I looked, I glanced, and I saw a boy sitting in one of the cars. Many were busy, and this one was just standing there, little red car. And he looked at me and he waved, sweetest smile, and I waved back. And then I snapped out of line. I didn't know, I had no thinking I wanted this. And I went. And I jumped right next to him. And we took off. Bumper, 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 1 minute. Ah, I had such fun. Such fun. But then I saw it was the end of the girl, so I needed to catch up. So I jumped out and I was catching up. So I just thought, I don't think anybody, I mean the girl saw it, but the nun was in front, so I didn't think she was. Well, only 15 minutes after we reached back at the convent, I was called to Mother Superior's office. And that was no good news. That was bad news. I actually was never called to Mother Superior's office. And she seldom showed up. So I never forget, I was standing in front of those high oak double doors, and I very timidly knocked. Nothing happened. And all of a sudden, the door flew open, and in front of me stood this tall black habit with a big, stiff, white collar, and out of that collar stared down to me, Mother Superior in her withered, pale face. And she looked at me with disgust. And she pulled my hair, she grabbed me by my hair, pulled me into the office, the door slammed shut, and then she dug her very long, bony fingers into my shoulders until my knees hit the cold stone floor. She pushed me down. When I looked up at her, I was so scared. Looked up at her, I saw these squinting eyes looking. She was powerful. She looked down at me as if she wanted to dissolve me. I wanted to die right then and there. And then she didn't say, she only said one sentence to me. And here's what she said, from her quivering high lips and high shrill. Hear this though. She said, Angelika, you have thrown your life away. You will never, ever, ever, in German, have a decent life, no honorable life. You are done. You may as well be a whore. Has anybody ever been told? Yeah. I didn't even know what it meant.
Thank goodness.
But the intent was there, and terror just flooded my body. I was so ashamed, because I knew it was a verdict of a death verdict of some kind. So, and this I carried with me for a very, very long time. And we were not allowed to talk to our parents about anything, only smiling faces, only the good stuff. So my parents had no idea what was going on. It took 4 years until they took us out. Until it became strange, you know, the way it changed. So I carried this forward, actually up into my 30-something, 31 I think, because then I was so scared to look in anybody's, in a man's face, and when a man spoke to me, looked at me or smiled at me, I would blush. Red, ruby red. And not only that, but also when somebody accused me of something that I had done, but I didn't do it. Being accused, wrongly accused, would just create the same effect. I would blush red, which of course was always from the accuser point saying, she's guilty. Mm-hmm. So I do understand, because all of us carry wounding, right? Each and every one of us carries some kind of wounding from childhood, from early, from wherever, until this point today, wounding is still happening. It is never really finished. until we understand the wounding, until we say, this has nothing to do with me. This is not who I am, and this is why we need me in a hero. And I wish I had known this before. I wish I had known this before. Because when I was between 18 and 20, I started to rebel against religion, dogmatic religion, class systems, everything. I wanted freedom. And it has colored my entire life, because I married 3 times, but divorced. Married my second husband twice though, so we are married again, so that's good. Because I healed it. I healed this inner turmoil. And I think it was really given to me as a gift, when I discovered that I had a hero, not just for everybody else, because I have 5 children and 9 grandchildren. So you're always a hero for somebody else. But when I discovered that I had a hero that would battle for me, that could unveil untruths and limiting beliefs and lies, it all became much easier to let go of all of these memories. And it's not by just trying to forgive, because you can never try to forgive. The heart has forgiven anyway, and the brain says, oh no. It's not about that. You have to love it free. And that's a whole other, although connected to the inner hero, this is a whole teaching by itself. How to love free everything that is not in alignment with who you are now and who you want to become. Because whatever, and that's toxic relationships, that's things that you don't really want to experience anymore, friendships that don't work anymore, they don't uplift you but always pull you down. There is a jungle out there. And when you feel that you're always alone and you always have to battle for yourself and have the willpower to do this, yes, there are systems in place, and you should do this and do this and do that and do that. It is overwhelming. And I found everything changed for me when I connected with my inner hero and experienced heroic self-love. Because sometimes you need the heroic, not just the fluffy love, but the heroic self-love. The one that battles for you, that says, no, this is not good enough for me anymore. This has to end, and it ends right now. Then you make a different choice. It is wonderful to do that from the deepest part of who you really are. And that's your soul power. But what is required for something like that? Not only that you are connected to your inner hero, but you have to do a part yourself as well, right? And I want to share that part with you. There needs to be, if you want a result, there needs to be commitment, right? So who thinks that's the right formula? 80% commitment, 20% procedure gives you 100% result. Yes? Doesn't feel right, huh? Does it feel right? Somehow, especially not coming from what we are talking about. No, this is wrong. We don't have enough. This shows up when this is 100%. Okay? 100% commitment. 100% commitment. It's really something, again, that's a concept. Who has a very precise idea of what they want to achieve? Who has a goal that is very crystal clear? Because it needs a crystal clear goal. Would you like to, can I demonstrate something with you, ladies? Okay. So you are there, right? And here is your goal. Here is what you want to have. Come and get it.
He's the EOB graduate.
Right, I was just.
Yeah.
Should I hold you
Hold
back?
Yeah? Okay.
Want to hold that?
Come get it.
Wait, come back here. Gotcha.
Oh, no, you don't need anybody else.
That's a hold back.
Oh, no, she was just holding herself back. Did you see how she was not sure if she could really come and get it?
Yeah.
Hesitation? Yes. So what's going on in your mind? Is that for real? What does she want? You know, so there is confusion, right? So, okay. So go on this side. So your goal is here now. And now I ask you to come and get it, but you can't walk.
Can't walk.
No. You think you can't get it? There are all kinds of ways.
We're all.
Oh.
Skip, example. Yep.
Jump.
Roll.
Good. Okay. Now you can't hit. Okay. You can't hop either. You can't, but to make it a little bit shorter. You see, I make it more manageable. That's what 100% commitment is. In the end, you would crawl. But then I ask you, you cannot even crawl.
Say that again.
Can't.
You can't even
You
crawl.
can't even crawl.
Can I dance?
No. You will find something. You will find something. For example, when Mark did that with me, there was one of those rolling chairs, so I could keep my feet off. I only had to sit in there, keep my feet off the ground, push and get it.
No matter what it takes.
So this is no matter what it takes, 100%, because this will then become apparent, right? 100% commitment. How much?
100%.
Yeah. And I know, again, the concept, yes, you have to be committed or so. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this for Okay, so you see, this is really what is important. How are we doing this time?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay, so there is something that holds you back. You hesitate, right? You want it and you permission, whatever it is, it's your story that holds you back. Whatever is happening in your subconscious mind. So your heroic self-love is your ally not only for what you want and need, but also for the moments where you just need to take care of yourself. Because sometimes we can get so aggressive in what we want. And we say this and this and this. Okay, just focus on one thing first. Because the clarity of the goal, together with the 100% commitment, actually takes you to what you want. Right? And then, a lot of women say, well, it's not the right time. Maybe later. What other monsters are going on there? No money, no, not enough time, not enough experience, too old, too late, it's not going to work. All of these things that are going on in your mind, but the one that makes you procrastinate, and you hesitate, you know what could happen? That all of a sudden it will be taken away from you. There comes a moment where it is too late. So, it is too late when you are on your deathbed, right? Then it's all finished. Your deathbed can happen at any time though, so always do as much as you can today. But when you're on your deathbed and you have such sorrow and regrets about what you knew you could have done and could have shared, the gift that you came into this lifetime with, And now it's too late. It's too late to experience your body being healthy and vibrant. It's too late to enjoy really loving and supporting relationships. It's too late to step into your brilliance and be celebrated. It is too late to share your gift, the gift that you came into this lifetime with. This gift will be lost to you and the world forever. I don't want this to happen to you. I got a little bit of an experience with that, and I want to share a little story with you. But 5 years ago, I was in New York City at a writer's workshop with Louise Hay. And it was kind of in a dungeon. It was a big hotel in the middle of New York City. No outside windows, was dark, and down and everything, stuff like that. But anyway, 4 days. So I should have been inspired by, there were so many women, and the stage was laced with successful women who told their story. So I should have been inspired by the brilliance. One had overcome cancer, the other abuse, the other from nothing to everything. It was just one woman after the other, was just amazing. So I should have been inspired, right? But I was not. Why? Because I wanted to look for permission that I was good enough to do this too. And I thought, oh my God, I was not abused. I didn't remember the thing with the nuns. But I was not raped, I was not abused at home. I did not have a story where I was so sick that I was practically on my deathbed and I healed myself from cancer or any terrible disease. So all of these stories didn't apply to me. So I said, that's it. I can do it. Plus, I'm not even from the United States. My mother language is not English. I had all the reasons came up in my mind why I could not, why that was just not happening. So I never forget, I was in my hotel room through the night. I was devastated, self-pity, drank a little bit too much alcohol. I think I had a whole bottle of white wine. And the next morning I said, all right, so I'm going to go back to my little island and just stay there. I was ready to give it all away. I was ready to just not give my gift, not step out, because this was my permission to step out into a bigger me, into the world from my island. And I never forget, I was all dressed, ready to go out, and my hand was already on the door now. And all of a sudden, I felt like lightning struck me. Lightning just from coming right into my head, and the same second, my right arm was just like rubber. No feeling. I had the feeling as if this thing would just drop to the floor. Total numbness. I had a stroke. The second this happened, I screamed, no, 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 I do it. I promise I do it. So I knew that the universe just gave me a choice. You either do what you came and promised to do and live, or you give up. You may as well die. You can't call you back, and you won't. So I promised to do it. And that's how also my life has changed. This year was really, really bad, but I refused to go to the hospital because there was nobody there. So with the power of which I understood what God was just telling me, I knew that when I say I do it, I can heal myself, and I did. So I just wanted to let you know that you have experienced this probably. At any moment, if you don't live your purpose, if you don't live according to your greatest possibilities, if you don't step in your brilliance, there may come a moment when it's too late. I don't want this to happen to you. Okay? So get into the power of who you are, and the greatest power and energy within you, and it's in everybody, and it's out in the universe, is your soul self, represented by your heroic self-love, the hero that generates your heroic self-love, to have the courage. I mean, really, what is it? What is the worst thing that can happen? You die, right? Is there anything worse? I mean, it's kind of that it's finished. We don't like that. So don't take your life for granted. Do whatever your heart desires. Be courageous. Step into who you really are. Because you are brilliant. It is time to unleash that amazing woman, the sexy, healthy, magnetic woman that you are. You deserve so much more than you can even imagine. It's all there for you. Embrace it, because the moment you do and say yes. By the way, I give you something that is really powerful. Say yes for at least 15 minutes a day. When you get up, say it at least for 2 or 3 minutes. Then you go, and every time you feel a little bit wanting to pull back, or a little bit unsure, whatever, you know what you want, you know what you should do, say yes to it. Sound it, because the vibration of your voice, the sound of your voice is like a phone line to the heavens. You say it, you want it, you feel it, they get it, and it will come to you. Yes, how many times? As many as you want, but many, many, many times. Say yes. Let's say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Say yes to yourself.
Yes.
Yes. Say yes to yourself.
Yes.
Yes. One more time. Yes,
Yes.
to yourself.
Yes.
Yes. Say, I am perfect.
I
I
am
am perfect.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am capable.
I am capable.
I am lovable.
I am lovable.
I am love.
I am
I
love.
am power.
I am power.
I am purpose.
I am purpose.
I am unlimited.
I am unlimited.
Good. Don't forget it.
I am yummy.
Okay. So, you see, I have created an amazing life for myself in the Bahamas. And I have an amazing husband. I have 5 children, 9 grandchildren. They seem to come back now. And I want to invite you, because I felt that in the Bahamas there is a window to the heavens that is so pure and so pristine, that transformation happens so much easier, so much more powerful and faster in the Bahamas than in the city here. Okay? So I would like to invite you to come and spend a weekend with me. How does that sound to you?
Yes.
Swim with the dolphins. Yeah. Let's go to the ocean. Let's go.
That's funny. I like that.
Swim with the dolphins. Get into our power. Discover that inner hero. Anchor it in all the different parts of your life that you want to empower. So this is what I offer you. Of course, there are other ways of working with me. But coming to the Bahamas for a day or for a weekend is the most powerful way of doing it. People pay me $10,000 for a weekend and $7,500 for the day. But this is not what I'm talking about here. This is not what I'm, not for you anyway, but also not for offering. I'm sorry?
Pass these up.
Oh, yeah, okay. You could pass this out. I have made a special, a very special price for you if you want this. And then there is another option of working with me if you want to really go very, very deep. You can also do this online. Today we have Skype. It's an amazing, and other platforms where you can see each other face to face and you can work. And yet, the most powerful experience is to come and spend a weekend with me in the Bahamas. My best clients tell me that I treat them like royalty, but I love them like family. That's just who I am. I mean, this is, when you come and spend time with me, you receive so much more than what you will get. So much more. And that's what I'm so excited about. That's my passion. I want this. I want this for every woman. I want every woman to stand in their brilliance, to live their purpose, to create abundance and freedom for themselves. Because heroic self-love equals freedom and abundance. I promise you that this is true. Say that. Heroic self-love equals freedom and abundance. Good, I'm glad you get that. So even though we have now time to do the meditation together, I will send you the link, and I look forward to meeting you, to inviting you and spending time with you in the Bahamas. And everybody who has been in here, I want to gift you with 3 books. And you get a lot of value from that. The 3 books, so everybody can pick that up from the back table. You can also speak to my partner, Mark Feinberg, if you want more information about how you can work with me. And now comes the moment of the gift giving. Thank you, Mark. So, the woman who gets the answer first, who paid attention and gets the answer first, will get this galvanic new skin spa system. Yeah. Heroic self-love equals what?
Freedom and abundance.
Who said it first? She said it first? I mean, you heard it there? Yeah? It's yours.
Sherry.
Yay! If you have one, then you can gift it to someone. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
New toy from my center.
Yay!
Now it gets shared with the people.
Now we can use it while the crystals are
Right,
working.
you got it.
I believe my time is up. I would love to keep you for a whole day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're being so inspiring. I want to give everybody a hug. Yes. Please let's stay in touch.
Her being and her character and how she is. Her and I met almost 3 years ago, was it? Yeah, 3 years ago at a seminar like this, and it was a workshop on building your business. And, so it was a wonderful workshop, and we of course clicked. You know how similar energies. I mean, we're even dressed alike today. This is fun. Anyway, we've kept in touch, and she is the one that, from the Bahamas, as she was helping me and coaching me with all of, my stuff, and building my business, she mentioned about the program here, what was happening this weekend, and it was such a fast thing for me to decide. And when she mentioned it to me, I thought, okay, there's a reason. There's a reason, because I know where she's coming from. I know her strength. I know who she is. And if she's my messenger, she's telling me something. And so I jumped on the opportunity, and I forgot everything. I forgot all the perfection that was supposed to be there. And I just leaped on. And I just wanted to thank you for being that anchor for me. You are such such an inspiration. When I grow up, I want to be just like her.
But you see, we are this for each other. We are so powerful in our feminine essence and strength. We all do
Well, some of us more than others.
Oh, well,
This is something but you don't have to admit it. I just wanted to.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you just
Absolutely. I wanted to make
because I'm not done hugging yet.
Yeah.
Eileen, I tried to send you a text
Of
twice.
course.
and it has not come through.
Absolutely. Thank Angelica. Absolutely.
You know, I think there's something wrong with this room, babe.
So
Yeah, because my fixtures are not